Hey, hold on, I'm plugging my cord in.
Girl,
listen, we got a lot going on, and I'm trying to make sure I get this thing together because I don't need this new setup to get all janky.
Mm-hmm. You are in Studio B of the Gay Boy Mansion.
Is this B or C? I get.
I think this is actually like Studio L.
Something. It's one of the letters. Some part of the part of the alphabet mafia somewhere in there.
Yes.
But hey peoples, what's going on?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
It's it's going.
It's a day. This might be a short show.
Listen, don't get me started because I literally was having conversations with myself and with somebody else about like, do I need to be on this show tonight? Counselor's thing. What is going on? I'm feeling, a little just goofy, but but I'm here. And as always, it usually is cathartic for me. Mm-hmm. And so I'm good with that. Oh, look at there. That's a treat. I got some left.
Well, let's start the catharsis. Tell us how your life is going.
Listen, my life, I wake up every day, so that's a great thing. So we're going to start with that. I woke up this morning, in a bed, in my place, et cetera, all those things. Mm-hmm. I am very happy.
Are you saying you woke up this morning feeling kind of down?
I
called on my best friend and she could not be found. But I called on Jesus. My life he can hold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver gold.
So, yeah, that part. Like, I'm happy about that, and but I get to work. Let me back up. So we're gonna keep it real 100% because listen. If y'all did not know, I am not a morning person.
What?
I know it is a shocker to some of you all. I know it just don't make any sense. Alexa, stop. I know it don't make any sense, and I get it, but I don't get it. So I'm not. So at 7:30 this morning, I'm awakened by the text message mafia of all the crap that's going on. One of which, because it's my
work, you mean?
Huh?
Work stuff.
Yes. But
if it's friends, listen, you need to train.
No, it's work stuff. But I got it. I call it text message mafia because it's like when they hit you on one area, then they hit you in the other areas. So yes, I got some messages from teams and all that good stuff, and that was one thing. But then I also got some messages to my phone, which is something different. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking that it's something emergency. So I call the person back and I'm like, because I get the message that just says call me. And I'm like, so 708, 709 or something like that. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? All right. No, I'm sorry. It's 7:30.
How does the workday start?
The workday, the office opens at 8:30.
I don't even entertain messages before the workday start.
The only reason I entertained the messages was the fact that it was my direct report and they were talking about their son. That's what I thought. I'm sorry. They said call me, but then when I got on the call and they started talking, I was thinking something else was wrong. Mm-hmm. So, and there's a history of like between the son and some health issues and the baby daddy and all that type of stuff. Because I think I told you, I don't know if I told you, but baby daddy wound up on the Kendra G show. And yes. Listen, baby mama was not happy about that at all. But so again, I'm trying to be, tune into that. 3 minutes after we get off of that call, then I get a text message from my boss's boss's boss.
Ooh.
And he's like, so how many people do you need over in the library? And I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, we're going to be back in the library. And I was like, what? What? But again, I should have known it was happening because yesterday we decided, the Black Degree Factory decided that they were going to send out bills to people right before registration. And of course, all the students are like, but I'm graduating. I'm a senior. I'm at this. I'm at that. And I was like, let me stop you right here. This academic year started in what time? In August. And we are in what month now? November. So you're trying to tell me that between August and November, you have never logged in and saw your financial aid award package? I mean, I'm just not going to talk about the fact that you've accepted some of this stuff in here, but you have never logged in. You ain't checked your bill out. You ain't seen nothing. And now you're shocked that you have a balance and you're shocked that you can't register?
Girl.
I'm confused. But of course, it's
listen, what the song say? I am confusion.
Listen, but it's always the Black Degree Factory's fault because they got a new system. And yes, they do have all this stuff, but I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what is wrong with y'all? So of course, now I have to make, listen, that whole thing of proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Now I have to make your emergency my priority. No, but I'm gonna try to give you all that, but don't give me attitude. Like, please don't give me attitude. And that's what a lot of people are giving. They're giving attitudes. And then it's a thing of like, well, I'm just trying to understand, or they will try to play dumb and let you fill in the blanks and just agree with what you're saying. And I'm like, tell me how I can help you.
Right.
Well, I didn't have this thing on my account. What thing? Well, they told me to come over because of paper. What paper? They said I had this issue on my account. What's the issue? Who did you talk to? What are we talking about? Give me an idea of what we're talking about, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at or where I'm looking at what. So, it's that sort of game. And then it boils down to, well, I've been doing this over the summer and I've been trying to get in touch with this person and that person, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. All of that is probably true, but here's where we are. Baby, it's been at least 3 months since you've known you've had this bill. And this is not the first time you've been reminded. The only reason you're paying attention to this bill is because you can't register for these classes at this particular point. That's right. Why you're here. It's not about getting money. It's because you can't register. That's what this is.
Right.
That's all that it is. And you're like, oh, I'm graduating. Yes, congratulations. I hope you do graduate. And then it's the question of, so if I don't get this, then what am I supposed to do? Not come back in the spring semester? That is not, I can't, that's a decision that
honey, I think at some point, so college is weird, right? Because you, on the tiniest, for 50%, I feel what they're doing, because you come to college as a child. And you go, and the expectation.
Allegedly.
Well, but you know what I mean. Freshman year, you come to college as a 17 or 18-year-old, and yeah, your parents may have helped you out, but generally, when shit go wrong, you go to your parents. But then you work with these adults, and there's this expectation that you're a grown ass man, and you expect them to be grown and handle grown people business. You know what I mean? So I sort of understand a little bit that, it takes a leap, but at some point you got to sit down and be like, oh, shit, I guess I got to handle my fucking life because no one else is there to help me.
And listen, I didn't mention freshman students because that's a whole different situation. You're telling me you are graduating.
Oh, well, fuck that person, because
you have been here for at least
by this time you need to figure it out.
That's my whole point.
By the time you get to the 4th or the 5th or the 6th year, girl, you need to figure it the fuck out and realize that no one's coming to save you. If you want to graduate, it's up to you, Because that's the thing, one thing that people in college, it took me a while to realize, because I'm not going to say I was the biggest fish at my high school. But I mean, I was a senior class officer. I was well known and well liked by all of the faculty and staff. So when I needed shit, like I skipped school and I would just go to my fucking guidance counselor and be like, I didn't feel like going to class today. Write me a note. And it was fine because, she knew I wasn't off doing drugs or whatever. But you go from being that person probably at your high school or one of those people to just another number, sir or ma'am.
Child.
And you need to get it together. No one cares about you.
These babies have worked my nerve. And so then it's the ones that come up and they be on the phone, or that they're trying to get their parents to talk to you on the phone and just like holding the phone like, can you talk to my parent? Can you just say, hi, I'm Epic. What can I do for you? Well, my daughter has me talking to you. Yeah, I don't know what the question is either. I've been asking your daughter or your son what the question is and what's the issue. Tell me what the issue is. Because listen, I need you to be able to clearly articulate what is your issue and what is your problem. Because just as you're clearly articulating what the problem is, I'm going to give you what your options are and or the solution. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. I don't want you sitting in front of me. I want you to if I can do something to get you away from me, and if I can give you money, if I got money to give it, let me go.
Right.
Go away. Go. Like, that's the problem I don't think people get. I don't want you in my face. Go away. Go. Take it all. But in any event, but other than that, it's been a day. It's been a week. So I've been doing that all damn day. And this is the funny thing, because this is chiming into what I'm going to do right now. I was working so damn hard that when I finally got up to go to the bathroom, and I had to, so I'm sitting there, I'm standing at the urinal, I'm going to the bathroom, and you just kind of like doze off for a second, like you like daze out for a second.
Doze off at the urinal?
But not doze off, but you like daze out because you're thinking about something. You're just like, yeah. Then I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, am I still peeing? Oh, shit. Like, I was the longest time, and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I still peeing? Then it dawned on me, it's like, your ass hadn't peed since like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I know I don't have an enlarged bladder, but I do know that my bladder holds a large amount of fluid. So I will be standing, like it'll always be like a moment when I need to be somewhere, and I'll be like, let me go pee. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
But this
is going to be a 20-minute piss.
That was my day. But I'm putting that into the fact that I ate all damn day and I had a can of Pringles, so I'm going to eat on this show. And I know it's raggedy and ghetto, but sue me. Keep talking. I'll be back. How was your day? Because I'm listening to you.
My day, my week has been fine. We opened up some new spaces at one of the stations, but like every day I feel like I'm being punked because people will just say and do dumb shit. Like, for example, we've been knowing that this facility was going to open on Monday since at least August. Here we are, everything's getting done. And so Friday, because listen, it was 3 years on November the 1st. So
3 years already?
Yes, bitch, it's been 3 years. And was like, so are we good to go on Monday? And everybody's like, it was crickets at first. And then they were like, oh, well, so-and-so said that they were done. And, they gave this long list of shit that needed to be done on Monday, starting at 7 a.m. I was like, y'all don't understand. The president of the company is going to be there on Monday at 10 a.m. to open this shit up along with the press. Now, the last time we opened some shit and it was all janky and duct taped together, he cussed people out, not me, because I still work there. So obviously he ain't cussing me.
Bitch, first of all, y'all duct tape on the motherfucking train station is just like,
it wasn't like that. But
well, no, I'm just saying, you know, it just is
back in January, we opened opened up a new platform, and it's supposed to, you know, it's supposed to have like the live messages and shit, right? And you know, the elevator is supposed to work. And you know, so beforehand, he's like, we was like, okay, so this is just a static message on this screen. It's not gonna change, you know, and the elevator works, but the escalator doesn't work. It was like all of this other janky shit. So this time I was like, we're not going to do that. We have known that this shit was going to open for months. And I was like, no, you can't wait until 7 a.m. on Monday, because that literally gives you only 3 hours to fix whatever is wrong. And then, you know, one of the guys is like, well, I don't really know what's going on with the project. That's really her project. I was like, let me just stop you right there. I don't care. And I said, here's the thing. I don't care about any of that, because this vendor works for you, not me. Because if the vendor worked for me, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, because we would have done this work like 3 days ago so that we could have gone into the weekend knowing the shit was all working. 2,
is it raining? Jesus Christ.
I can't tell.
Okay.
It's like 2, you gonna have to walk back that statement about not really knowing what's happening, because you forever asking me for a charge code.
So if you don't know what the fuck is going on, then how are you getting shit
right,
done?
What are you charging time to? Like, you know, for if you don't know anything about this. So I was like, I don't know, whatever it is that y'all need to do. But by the time I get there at 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday, all this shit need to be fixed. And so I CC'd my boss, our boss, so the big boss, their boss, and their big boss, and was like, y'all need to get this shit fixed, because there's no reason for this. We literally, it was getting on my nerves, because we meet about this project every Monday, and it's a small ass project. This ain't like, you know, we're building this shit from scratch. We were taking an old retail space and converting it into passenger seating. The shit was simple. We meet about this shit every week, and here we are, the week of, in fact, the last business day before the shit opened, and everybody's like, oh, well, some parts haven't come in. I said, what the fuck do you...
We listen, we gotta calm it down. We just gotta listen. I'm trying not to raise my pressure. I swear to God.
What do you mean that there are pieces that hasn't arrived yet?
And why are you just now?
Why am I just now finding out about this? And why are you just now fixing it? And so I said, I don't care. And I said this to Stuart, and Stuart aligned, the big boss. And the big boss aligned to it. He was like, do what you need to do to get it together. I was like, I don't care what y'all got to do. I don't care if everybody got to work over the weekend. Get it done. And he was like, well, we'll CC you and keep you in the loop. I was like, I don't need to be in the loop.
Just get her done. That's it.
I was in the loop every Monday since July. That was the loop. I created the loop that we are all in. I made sure that you knew things when things were happening. I made sure that you had the charge code. I made sure that your procurements got approved. Here's the thing, and they're all sending emails back and forth on Teams, just like, hey, Brian, just letting you know. I was like, I don't see none of this shit, because this is not my problem. I wanted them to be crystal clear that if the president everybody know, if the president of the company showed up on Monday and shit wasn't working, there was not going to be, oh, well, there was some misses, and I'd have been like, them niggas fucked up.
Lord have mercy.
Because too many times, let me just be clear. If something doesn't happen on a project, it's never my fault. it's almost never. I mean, anybody can make a mistake, but 95% of the time, it's some of the people that we work with, and it's because they haven't been paying attention. They've been fucking around all this time, and then despite the fact that we send out meeting minutes and let all the girls know, it was like, what? What you mean we gotta install cameras? I'm like, bitch. Or, like the network people are like, cameras isn't part of the scope. Every week in this meeting, I ask several questions. I ask the digital display people, what's their status? I ask you, the network people, what's your status? I ask the security people, what's your status? So you didn't think, since the network or since the cameras run on the network, you didn't think that there was a requirement for you to include those cameras on the fucking network? How the fuck did you think that was going to happen?
But they're two separate things, because you got the camera over
here. No. Well, yes, they are two separate things, but your job is to light all that shit up. That's like saying, oh, I didn't know I needed to provide a plug for the light. Well, bitch, we've been talking about lamps this whole fucking time. What the fuck did you think we was going to plug the lamps into? Batteries? The fuck?
It's all of that for me.
So I have been telling my team, I was like, document relentlessly. Don't give the girls any out. So like if you were, and the worst part about it is, like if you and I am in charge of the project, but you, Epic, don't work for me. You work for Grace.
Right.
But you all provide a service that I need in order to get this project done. So I'm giving you the direction and everything, but I can't tell you directly
what to do.
But so I've been telling my team, like, listen, don't just be like, hey, don't never assume. That's because if I had assumed that everything was done and hadn't applied pressure, you would have got there. And so when they were working over the weekend, the one idiot that's like, oh, I don't know anything about it. He was like, I'm glad we ended up doing this because we would have never been able to get this done on Monday. And we would have literally been sitting there and everybody would have been like, but we have been talking about this for a year and a half. So, yeah, so they're always, giving me guff about that. But I got a really good team around me. And I've been telling them, like, document is like, Epic. You need to have these screens installed no later than 5 p.m. on Friday, November 16th. Please confirm by reply that you will comply with this deadline. And so if Friday at 5 p.m. comes, we're not even going to have a conversation about it. I am just going to email Grace and say that your team did not meet the deadline. And none of this, oh, well, can we work the weekend? We don't have to do shit. Now, if you got to work on the weekend to get this shit together and have it in place, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
So God bless your ministry. Anyway, so let's say hello to I got one more thing. So I guess it's not a secret, but not a secret. It's just that, you and I are not like some of the kids, won't be sharing all our business in the street. So some of you, like my close friends, know that my sister is back in the hospital. And so she's in the ICU, and that's all I'm going to say about her condition. But I will say that every time the doctor walks in, she was like, damn, you are cute. And he is cute.
First of all, I'm mad that you and your sister are talking about it like, oh, bitch, wait, you, me, what's going on? And wait, and I can see Kendra being like this, like,
exactly. She's like, yeah, and I just want to, and what's your name again? And he'll say his name. I'm like, you are cute. You are like really handsome. And he'll like look away and then look at me. And I don't know, but he seems to like to talk to me a lot and look me in my eye. But I'm just going to leave it alone because, girl, he's not trying to lose this good doctor, fucking around with the brother of a patient like that. Now, if we meet a Green Lantern or something,
baby,
it's a whole wrap for him because I would gut him like a fish.
Listen, it's
and his scrubs fit very tightly. And I know for a fact that he is Catholic.
Well, I mean, listen.
So anyway, and the nurse is he's one of the girls. I'll just put it like that. He's not one of the girls. He's one of the girls. He's a nurse. He's cool. He's certainly not trying to hide it, but it's just he's cool.
Sorry, this is the dumb shit that I'm just talking about. Today is the 20th, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You're sending me a message.
Raining.
Right. You're sending me a message because I just so happen to be, like I said, in the gay boy, in the different part of the gay boy mansion in the different studio. But I happen to be getting my messages on my phone as well. And it's a document that was sent yesterday that they're just now, created yesterday. They're just now sending today, dated yesterday, about today.
You tried it. But anyway, before we move on, let's say hello to everybody that joined us. So Lola and Grace and Greg, Dylan.
I see you in there. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while.
Greg and Aztec Daddy and Jace.
Yes.
So thank you all for joining. We are so excited to have you. And as a reminder, when we go on the hiatus at the end of this cycle, the last show is December 11th cycle. So we will end the 70s. What is that? I think 79. Yes, it was 70s, 77, 78, 79. Yeah. So we will end with episode 279 on December the 11th. When we come back in January, we will only be exclusively on our YouTube channel. So we thank you all for joining us on the Facebooks. But starting in January, we will be exclusively on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/the BGKH show. That's THEBGKHSHOW. Thank you.
Thank you for your participation.
Yes.
It has been a day. It's been a day. And I listen. Hey, Dylan, thank you so much for keeping me in mind. And I'm really sad that I wasn't able to kind of make things work. But I'm so happy that you included me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure I told you that publicly. But I'm glad to see everybody here. Desmond, Grace. Listen. Grace and I were hanging out we've been hanging out for God knows how long. Baby, I think I might be going. Well, I'm not. I know I'm gonna pick up a little side gig, a little side hustle. I'll fill you in on that because I have very specific times and time frames and stuff. And don't call me at this time. I got like 17 hours in the middle of the week that I can give you all. Outside of that, please don't call me. I don't want to be bothered. But I'll fill you in on that a little bit later. But just know that for this holiday, we're gonna get some shit going on for this holiday.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's where we are. But yeah, and I that was good old lightning. Okay. I was in a mood, and like I said, I'm glad that we're actually talking about this. So I got a little bit of some stuff that we're gonna talk about, but got some other stuff, and just thank y'all for being here. But we just got a little bit of stuff this week. Plus, I'm hungry and I'm trying to eat in between, and then I'm also looking at myself on camera, thinking like, I shouldn't eat, but I'm hungry. So,
hey, eccentric.
That's where we are.
All right, well, let's we only got like 2 or 3 things to talk about. So
Okay.
Ride bareback. That's
yeah.
awfully.
She's a businesswoman.
I ride bareback. That's awfully dangerous. But I know what I'm doing. I feel freer that way. Sunburst likes it too. He's worn saddles before. He just doesn't like them. I ride bareback. That's awfully dangerous.
I feel like that. I feel like Lil Blondie. That's judgment.
It was since listen, that judgment was like it was clutch the pearls, like
right.
Oh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hungry. There's food.
3 words for you. Treat.
Ma, I'm hungry. There's food in the fridge. Yeah, but I don't want that. Well, then you're not hungry. No, I am hungry. I'm hungry. I'm starving, Ma. I need some food. Honey, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Because if you were hungry, you would go eat that food in the fridge. You telling me that you don't want the food in the fridge is you telling me that you have a preference. And if you have a preference, that means you're not hungry. Because hungry people don't have preferences. Honey, hungry people eat what they have, not what they want. You're not hungry. You want to eat something, but you're not hungry. You have a taste for something, but you're not hungry. You want something to eat, but you're not hungry.
So I just want to be like that pause right there. We have all been there and be like, this bitch.
Baby. Baby.
Mama, and I'm not trying to get my teeth knocked out, but you know what the fuck I mean.
Listen, it's one thing to get it from one generation, but so I would get it from my mom, but then when I get it from my grandmother, like, part of her was like, so you really don't want what I cook? And you think I'm going to make you something else? And you think I'm going to make you something uber complicated? Like you want something simple like a grilled cheese sandwich? Like she's like baiting me in there. Like you want like a grilled cheese sandwich? You want like a peanut butter jelly sandwich? Like she's going all the way up and then coming down. So I'd be like, no, I'm good. But listen, Mary Alice, this is exactly, no, you're not hungry because there's plenty of food. Listen, when I would come home from break, when I was in college, these were the basics that she kept in the house when I was there for the whatever that period was. Milk, bread, eggs, cereal. That's it. She said, you can do whatever you want with that. You can add, if you want to add some sausage, you want to add some bacon, you want to go get some milk, bread, eggs, cereal.
I'll finish the video in a second, but the shock of my life when I came home for the first time in college at the close of the fall semester. So I was home for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I get home and she hugged me and kissed me, and I mean, that sort of expected. But then, I sort of settled into the room and was getting shit together, and she was like, "What you want for dinner?" And I'm like, am I being punked here? What the fuck you mean what I want for dinner? Because I mean, my mother was a stay-at-home mother, but she sure as hell didn't take orders.
She ain't no daggone sous chef, and she ain't gonna be doing no prep.
That day, those 3 weeks that I was there. Now she ain't do it every day. I just want to be clear. She did it like 2 or 3 times. She did it like in the beginning, like once on a Sunday, and then like the last day before I was getting ready to leave. But yeah, generally you ate what the fuck was in the house, or you ate peanut butter and jelly. Which for me wasn't a problem because, baby, I love a good old peanut butter and jelly. Now I'm bougie, so now it's peanut butter, orange marmalade on raisin bread.
So I must have been bougie as a kid because, well, the only thing I'd say is not bougie is, first of all, it's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a good old choke and slide. Let's start with that. Secondly, raisin bread was everything when you put peanut butter and jelly, especially when you toasted it.
Oh, and some chocolate milk.
And you
like
put the peanut butter in it.
Like with so much fucking Nestle Quick in the chocolate milk.
The little middle. Wait, the little thing can.
Like,
you were trying to pull it, get the little, and you get the spoon and trying to pop the thing.
Good time. And then when they came out with the liquid, that wasn't quite as good. The powder was better.
But I was a Tang kid. I love me some
I
Tang.
hated Tang.
Oh,
Well, it was I mean, I'm not going to say that I did not drink it, but it was not my favorite because I like orange juice.
I mean, sometimes you had no money for the orange juice. You had to go with the Tang. But I mean, okay, all right.
I'm bougie.
I mean, but that peanut butter and jelly on the raisin bread with the warm peanut butter and how it melts to get. Whew, Lord, I'm getting excited thinking about it.
All right, well, let's finish this one because this is the last one.
Okay.
Ma, I'm hungry. There's food in the fridge. Yeah, but I don't want that. Well, then you're not hungry. No, I am hungry. I'm hungry. I'm starving, Ma. I need some food. Honey, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Because if you were hungry, you would go eat that food in the fridge. You telling me that you don't want the food in the fridge is you telling me that you have a preference. And if you have a preference, that means you're not hungry. Because hungry people don't have preferences. Honey, hungry people eat what they have, not what they want.
I thought
you're not hungry. You want to eat something, but you're not hungry. You have a taste for something, but you're not hungry. You want something to eat, but you're not hungry. Mom.
So the extended version of this was on TikTok. So that's it for, I mean, we don't have a lot. This has been like a busy week and we've got a lot of shit going on. So let's get into these stories and, we'll organically talk about bullshit.
Listen. Okay. So here, just want to give you guys a little bit of a quick update. These are just a couple quick little stories that we saw found so far. So listen, we already know the diddler is, the diddler. But listen, according to Hot 97, there was a pivotal ruling on Tuesday, and the district judge for that court ordered prosecutors in his sex crimes case to destroy copies of his handwritten notes that were seized during a recent jail search. Now, reports indicate that the decision comes as the court weighs whether these notes can be used in preparation for its forthcoming sex trafficking trial. Now, the judge, speaking in the Manhattan federal court, instructed that the notes should not be referenced by the prosecution while he evaluates the defense's claims that the documents are protected by attorney-client privilege, and a legal safeguard for confidential communications between lawyers and clients. Now, they were instructed to get rid of them, emphasizing he would retain a copy of the notes while he assesses whether they can be used in building the case. But he also noted that a designated team within the U.S. Attorney's Office tasked with reviewing the documents for the attorney-client privilege could retain the notes. So his legal team argued that the October 28th search of his cell was a direct violation of his constitutional rights, calling it outrageous abuse of power by authorities. And the attorney on Tuesday slammed the search as a complete institutional failure, pointing out that the alleged seizure of his notes undermine his right to a fair trial and breach protections against self-incrimination and unlawful searches. So listen, pay attention to these courts, these judgments, the things that are going on. This is going to be very detailed. It's going to be I feel like this is just going to be drug out. Like, I don't think this is going to be a quick anything.
Oh, no, not at all. Because the kinds of charges that he has, and if he's found guilty on even a couple of them, that's going to open the floodgates for, because this is a sex crimes case. So this is a criminal court.
Sex trafficking. And then remember, one of the other charges that they're trying to get for him is racketeering.
Exactly. So if he gets made on these charges, then all of these civil lawsuits are going to come out of the woodwork. So,
listen, we gonna see how this gonna roll.
For sure.
So listen, I was looking at CNN, and according to CNN, there's a couple of things that we need to kind of keep in mind for the next couple of just coming up. And the way they have it written on CNN is like 5 things to know for this particular date. So for November 20th, a couple of these things I wasn't going to mention, but I'm just mention these couple things. There's a bomb cyclone. A once in a decade bomb cyclone is sweeping through the northwest U.S. And parts of Canada, leaving at least one person dead and around 750,000 without power across Washington State and British Columbia. Forecasts show that the bomb cyclone will combine with an atmospheric river and unleash heavy rain, hurricane force wind gusts, and feet of mountain snow to parts of the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. So again, rain, heavy rain, hurricane force wind gusts, and feet of mountain snow to all parts of the Northwest, Pacific Northwest and Northern California. Now, over a month's worth of rain is expected in the northern San Francisco Bay Area. The rainfall of such magnitude will likely cause significant urban flooding and debris flowing on roadways. So the bomb cyclone is expected to stall along the coast and hammer the region with hazardous conditions throughout the week and into the weekend. So anybody, chatting with us from the West Coast, please be careful. If you are in this area, please be careful. Figure out where you're going to go, where you're going to stay. Just take shelter somewhere safe. Something else that they pointed out in CNN for the 5 things to know for this day, but that Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, climbed up to record highs after Orange win in anticipation of more pro-crypto policies from his administration. Now, Bitcoin topped $70,000 in March and is now trading north of $90,000, but due to its volatility, the consensus among most financial planners is not to invest any money in the cryptocurrency. For anything you do, you must do it in the next 5 years. In the near term, Washington. Listen, I am struggling because my mind is all over the place. In the near term, how Washington regulates.
Are you okay, girl?
Well, listen, I'm telling you, I haven't had anything to eat. I'm trying to get it in my system, and I'm still like shaking a little bit. We're going to have some enormous consequences for this burgeoning sector, along with the 52 million Americans who hold digital assets. Now, Trump has promised to create a national cryptocurrency reserve as well. Industry groups are also lobbying Congress to pass a regulatory framework that they say is needed to pull crypto into the mainstream of the U.S. financial system. So we'll see how this is going to go. Also, one other thing they point out I found interesting that in this 5 things to know for the day from CNN, that $1, that's all that you need to buy a home in Alolai, a village in the Italian island of Sardinia. Officials there are offering deals on dilapidated properties to persuade Americans upset by the U.S. election result to move in after decades of depopulation. So listen, you heard it here first on the BGKH show. If you want to go ahead and purchase that house for $1 on the island of Sardinia.
I mean, yeah, but if you go to that article, baby, these houses, I mean,
we said they were dilapidated. We already know. Listen.
Not only are they dilapidated, but they're not even like Baltimore dilapidated. These homes are, I mean, because Baltimore dilapidated is just Home Depot and a few people to get you together.
I know you fucking.
I mean, just is, in quotation marks. But that is a whole world of difference between going to an island with homes that are literally hundreds of years old and trying to rehab those homes.
Hey, listen, we all make choices. Listen, some famous birthdays for today and in the last week. Talk show host Dick Cavett is 88. Brenda Vaccaro is 85. Director Martin Scorsese is 82. Linda Evans from Dynasty is 82, along with Lauren Hutton, who turns 81. Danny DeVito turns 80, along with Lauren Michaels. Sportscaster Ahmad Rashad is 75. God damn, I didn't know he was that old. Actress Bo Derek is 68. I feel like she should be older than that, but I mean, like, okay. Journalist Ann Curry is 68 as well. Allison Janney turned 65. RuPaul turned 164. No, just 64. Meg Ryan turned 62. Jodie Foster turned 62. Actress Ming-Na Wen turned 61. Rapper Mike D of the Beastie Boys is 59. Rapper Sendog of Cypress Hill is 59. Actor and model Daisy Fuentes is 58. Ronnie DeVoe turns 57. Owen Wilson turns 56. Mike Epps turns 54. Joel McHale turns 53. Dancer choreographer Savion Glover is 51. Chloe Sevigny turns 50. Singer Tamika Scott of Escape is 49. Lil Mo is 47. Why do I think Lil Mo was older than that? I don't know why, but like, okay. Rachel McAdams turns 46. Damon Wayans Jr. is 42. Adam Driver turns 41. And Christian Siriano turns 39.
Really?
Right. Like, I was like, is nobody 39? Turned 39. So some other birthdays that today and within the
I don't know why I thought that girl was 22 years old still.
22. Okay, well, say that, but okay. Robert Kennedy celebrated a birthday. Dick Clark, Richard Dawson, who was a game show host. I don't know if anybody remembers him. I
remember Richard Dawson.
Yeah. Larry King, Ted Turner, Calvin Klein, and also Rock Hudson also shared a birthday in this past week. Didn't have any social media slaves this week, but did have a couple of news of the weird stories. And this first one, on November 7th in South China Morning Post, it was reported an uproar about that was following a social media post depicting a small child urinating on a table full of food. The baby's mother captured the moment on video when her child sprayed the breakfast table with urine, then proudly revealed that the family had continued to eat the food. The Beijing mom commented that they rarely put disposable diapers on him. She said, "We do not cover it because it's better not to interrupt the child while he is urinating." Okay, I'm gonna let that go. I don't really have too many comments on that. I have so many things that I could say, but I'm not. I'm gonna leave that alone.
You leave it all alone.
Yes. On November 8th, police in Los Angeles arrested a man who apparently had been living in the crawl space beneath a 92-year-old woman's home, which was reported by the New York Times. And she had heard unusual noises from inside her house and assumed they were animals. But when family members heard knocking, they called the police. When officers arrived, the alleged squatter, Isaac Betancourt, 27, who was naked, would not come out from underneath the home. Betancourt had to be forced out with gas. He was released after his arrest for trespassing. The homeowner's son-in-law, Ricardo Silva, said the entrances to the crawl space will be secured. It's probably not uncommon, this is what Silva said. He said, in this day and age, people are looking for shelter. So, but go look for shelter, not in my house. That's how I feel.
That part.
And lastly, Mattel, the toy company, is scrambling after releasing its new line of Wicked dolls in the packaging that included a link not to the upcoming movie's official page, but to a porn website. They said, "We deeply regret this unfortunate error." This is what they said in the statement. It was unclear how many dolls carried the misprint, but the company said they were mostly sold in the United States. And Mattel helpfully advises people who have purchased products with the misprint to dispose of the boxes. This is where we are.
I would save that box because that's going to be a collector's item.
You better know it. Because listen, if somebody done bought that Wicked doll and they got the one with the link to the porn site, send it to me. I'll take it. Listen, that's all the stories I got because it's been a day and I've been on my feet. Moving all day.
The show runs long. Sometimes the show is short. So we about to call this a wrap.
Listen,
with about a 45-minute show, and I'm not even mad.
No, I'm not either. But listen, I love you all. Thank you all for coming out. We will see you all next week. But baby,
it'll be the week before Thanksgiving, so we're gonna talk about our favorite foods and a bunch of other stuff. And not the week; it'll be the day before Thanksgiving.
Day before, yeah. So, but anyway, listen. Appreciate y'all every time you come out. I don't want to rush y'all off, but baby, listen, I'm still trying to eat. Like I said, the daddy's hungry, and my hand is still shaking a little bit.
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and good night. Bye.